Their second congressional district election will be the first in nearly 20 years that will not include William Jefferson. Political analysts are expecting an intense race as Democrats try to get back a seat they've held for decades. Val Bracey reports.
Last year's plethora of Democrats, almost all of them black, running for the second congressional district seat may be one of the reasons none of them won.
You had about 6 to 9 Democrats emerging, and it was a competition for resources, but more importantly, it was, there's strong competition for voter attention. And when you have a lot of candidates, it's harder sometimes for voters to distinguish one candidate from another.
William Jefferson came in first in that Democratic primary, followed by Helena Moreno. State Representative Cedric Richmond was a close third. Some political observers believe there's a good chance Richmond would have come in second, maybe even first, if there hadn't been so many other black Democrats to choose from. If Democrats cut their numbers for the 2010 election, they have a better chance of getting the seat back in a district where 66% of registered voters are Democrats.
Congressman Gow probably won't have much of a chance for re-election unless he can really distinguish himself this year. He hasn't done anything to date to appeal to those Democratic voters in a significant way. Let's see what he does during his second year in office.
Even so, Republicans on the national level are said to be excited by Gow and optimistic he can win in 2010.
They want to ensure that he's going to be well-financed to compete, and I'm not surprised the Republican Party is not going to stand on the sidelines and not effectively compete, knowing that the Democrats, one, they want this seat back.
With help from the National Republican Party, Gow has raised more than $300,000. Political analyst Mike Sherman says that number could be as high as $1 million when new campaign finance figures come out next week.
He's well funded. He's a sitting member of Congress. And if there's any chance for Republicans to keep this district, it's Congressman Gow.
Republicans can only hope Gow will appeal to his mostly Democratic constituents. Val Bracey, Fox 8 News.
Political analysts say there is another factor that played into Gow's win. Because of Gustav, you might remember the final election for that seat was in December rather than November at the same time as the presidential election. About 100,000 fewer voters turned out in December. So far, Cedric Richmond is Gow's only official challenger, although State Representative Juan LaFonta says he'll run too.